ISO 9001 is the leading quality management system in the world. This standard talks about quality, and quality is effectively meeting customer requirements every time. Therefore, with this standard, you're going to make sure that you are consistently meeting the requirements of your standard. And what are the benefits of implementing such a standard within your organization? First of all, we're going to see that all ISO 9001 certified companies are highly reputable within industries, and this is appreciated by customers and suppliers who sometimes choose to work with ISO certified companies. Another benefit of implementing such a management system is that given that during the implementation process, we will be going through the processes that are relevant for your organization, then we're going to find areas for improvement, and we will streamline your business processes to make sure that they are running smoothly and efficiently. Another very important benefit is better management. Given that during the implementation process, we will be going through your processes and identifying topics of data that we will need to make sure that your business is running in an efficient way, we are going to start taking decisions based on data rather than on opinions. And this will make sure that we guide the business to the right direction to make sure that we achieve the strategy and organizational objectives for your company. Another important element or benefit of implementing ISO 9001 is given that since we are going to focus on the needs of your customer when it comes to quality, therefore you are bound to improve the quality of products and services that you offer to your clients. And in turn, by making sure that your company is delivering high value and high quality products and services, you're going to make sure to have happy clients, and happy clients means repeat business. The final benefit of ISO certification is that given that your business will be running in a smooth, consistent way that meets all your compliance obligations, this might mean that you will have lower insurance premiums. And the type of ISO 9001 standard can be applied by companies in all industries, and it can also be applied by organizations of all sizes working in different modes. Okay, so this ISO 9001 standard can, for example, be implemented by companies working within the medical device industry, within the software services industry, the wholesale or retailers, construction companies. Really and truly, all types of organizations can implement this quality management system because it is also the foundation for implementing other management systems that might be relevant for your organization to make sure that you are working in a way that pleases your customers and other stakeholders. I also wanted to point out that right now there are excellent funding opportunities for companies operating in Malta, whereby the government of Malta is helping companies to implement these types of management systems within their company, and cash grants or tax credits are available. I would love to discuss the type of funding opportunities that are relevant for your organization, and during our first meeting, I will be able to give you a definitive answer of whether you are eligible to these types of funding opportunities, and I will be also explaining the extent to which you can benefit of such funding opportunities. Also, the implementation process that is needed for a company to meet the requirements of this standard are practically 5 major steps. First of all, we're going to have the initial meeting, whereby we are going to have a conversation to make sure that we are on the same page and that I can help you reach your organizational goals. And if you are happy with the type of service that I can offer your organization, then we can also talk about the funding opportunities available. And if you are eligible, we can submit the application to make sure that you actually get the grant agreement from the government of Malta. Once you receive the grant agreement, then we can start with the implementation process, and the first step would be to do systems mapping. In systems mapping, we will be evaluating the current processes within your organization and making sure that they are giving a whole holistic picture of what you do as a company. In the next step, we will then compare what you are doing right now as an organization to the actual requirements of the standard. And through this, we will be able to identify a gap. We will be able to identify any differences between what you are actually doing and what the ISO standard requires of your organization. Once we identify these gaps and define the actions needed for proper implementation of the standard within your organization, then we're going to go ahead and deploy the system within your organization to make sure that it is compliant to the ISO 9001 standard. After the system has been successfully deployed within your organization, then we are going to move ahead and do an internal audit. During the internal audit, we will take a random customer order and follow it from start to finish to make sure that for that particular random case, all the system's checks and balances are in place and that your system is compliant to the requirements of the standard. After you have successfully completed the internal audit, you will then be effectively ready to go for the external audit, which is done by the certification bodies that will be the entity granted the ISO certification. If this is something that you think that can benefit your organization, I suggest that you read more information about the ISO 9001 standard within this page, or you can go to the ISO standards on ISO certification page on this website to get more information about the benefits of ISO standards and the implementation process that your company would follow during such implementation. If you would like any more information about this type of ISO standard or about the funding opportunities that your company can tap into, I would be very happy to have a conversation, and I would be very happy to help you to implement this standard should we feel that there is a match between my services and the needs of your organization.